Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Saturday night. Hopefully you're having yourself a good weekend so far. As for myself, well, I finally actually decided, and I actually had some spare time finally, decided to use that spare time to actually play some Super Mario Odyssey. I finally actually got that started. Honestly, it's actually a really seamless open world game, honestly. It really is just a core fundamental platformer. That's honestly just you just sit back and relax and enjoy, honestly. There's a lot of collecting in that game, probably a lot more than even I expected. But it's interesting just basically to see, like, I'm not too far into it. But just knowing all the moons and such are just pretty much scattered out into effectively a seamless instance in the area you're actually in, which is honestly kind of interesting. Seeing Nintendo take on something that ambitious, especially just being able to fit it onto a flash card, or of course if you actually have it internally like I did. Actually, I've had it for a long time actually. That's only until now I actually got started on that. But for tonight, though, we're going to go into the final chapter of The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, Turmoil in the Royal City. It looks like the Colonel has started his coup d'etat. It's honestly actually something I did not expect, honestly, for the first chapter of the Trails in the Sky games. But we're off to Grand Cell to actually try and deliver a message to the Queen. Hopefully we're not too late, and we'll not get distracted by side questing. We're gonna get distracted by side questing. We are so gonna get distracted by side questing. But here we are, final chapter, let's do this. But hopefully you've been having yourself a wonderful week so far. I don't really have anything else really to do. The only thing actually I think we have to do, and I'm actually need to figure this out first, is actually consult our map. Because what we actually need to figure out here is... Okay, so we need to actually go to the Sancthine Gate. So the reason for that is you can go to Wolf Fort, but that won't actually do you any good. Because that'll actually lead you off to the Republic of Calvard. And that's actually where, that's where we don't want to be. So we're actually going to head off into a Grand Cell here. I believe we should be able to get where we're going by... Actually, no, that's right. We're taking a flight there, oddly enough. I forgot about that. We're not actually going on foot this time. Kind of surprising, actually. Hello there. I heard from Kilika. Will I get you all squared away? That'd be great, thanks. Fill out these forms with your names and addresses. Thank you. Okay, here are your tickets. Make sure you show these when you're boarding. I'm honestly... Oh. It's a cat. What is Anthony doing? Anthony! Hey, yesterday must have been rough on you. Scared me half to death. Let me take some time to think about why what you did was wrong. Nope, not listening. I think he's playing dumb. Oh well, I guess we do owe him some gratitude. Thank you, Anthony. Hey, there you are! Hi, Gustav. The factory chief told me that the rescue went off without a hitch. The professor's always been a mentor of all sorts to all the engineers. So I just wanted to say thanks on behalf of everyone here. Well, we couldn't have pulled it off without you or your crew's help. Tita was so surprised that I thought her eyes might pop out. So that really was on purpose. Well, to fool the enemy, sometimes you have to fool your allies first. So what business do you have at that gate? The professor asked us to go to Grand Cell. We're a little early, even before the 11 o'clock flight. Yeah, well, it also looks like to be a little late. Still time to drop off your bags, so I think you can take it easy in town for a bit. That does sound like fun. You too. Well, if ain't Gerald. What's going on? Did something happen? Perfect, you're all here. To be honest, we've had some trouble. What kind of trouble? We received a communique from the Airship Corporation. It looks like the ship will be arriving a few hours late. What? Okay, just what's going on here? More Sky Bandit trouble? Well, something like that anyway. Seems to me the terrorists staged an ambush to disrupt the Queen's birthday celebration. All ships are grounded at port while the military conducts inspections. That would mean probably looking for the professor's group. Which means the ship that's bound for Grand Cell is being held up in Rouen. Apparently a military guard ship is coming here from Leyston Fortress instead. Oh, I get it. But if that's the case, you're going to be extremely busy soon, aren't you? No kidding, I've got to explain the situation to the customers. Which means you two have a good chunk of time to kill. Just thought of something. If you want to wait at the Bracer Guild, I can get in touch with you there. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, this stinks like last year's diapers. The military's coming here, they'll want to check out the Leibniz. Better have a talk with the factory chief. Yeah, if they check up on what happened yesterday, that won't be good. Be careful, whatever you do. Ah, I ain't so senile, I need a couple of punk kids to tell me to be careful. Take it easy, you two. Joshua, this doesn't look so hot. Yeah, this could put the airliner in danger. Got time, so maybe we should take the highway. Oh man, it's been such a long time. It's been so long since I last got to ride on an airship, too. This is all your fault, Colonel Richard. Well, try to look at it as an opportunity to advance your training. So I guess we need to cancel our reservations at the reception desk. Ah, darn it, just when I thought we were able to actually just take a ship. Hey, it's you. I told you before, I don't know when the ship's leaving. If you just wait at the Bracer Guild, actually there's been a slight change in plan. I apologize for the timing, but can we still cancel? Sure, that's no problem. As long as it's before your flight arrives in the port, there's no cancellation fee. You just need to get your tickets back. Great, here you go. Hey, that's a military patrol vessel. It's here early. Well, gotta go. Bye. Thank you for your help. No worries. Come back and see us again sometime. I'm actually kind of bothered because my headset still is pretty much broken. It's on the fritz. Well, things are certainly bustling around here. First, I believe I shall go see the factory chief. I have to admire the colonel for planning all of this. Okay, Hart. Anytime you want to go back to normal running speed would be fine. If we waste any more time here, those intelligence division people will catch up with us. Head to town while we have the time. Okay. Take the east road to get to Grand Cell, right? Right, and the Sanctine Gate is to the north, along the Ritter roadway. Pass through the gate, and you're right by Grand Cell. Well, I guess we are off. There's nothing holding us back here this time. I'm actually surprised it's just down to the two of us again, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Let's use that that turbo mode. Hopefully we can get through this gate in time. So this is Sanctine Gate. It looks a lot like the Garoon Gate back in Roland. Well, both gates cut through the same wall. A Hindenburg wall completely surrounds the Grand Cell region. It was built almost 1,000 years ago, but it's solid enough that it held off the Imperial forces. It sure looks like it'd take more than a few guns to knock it down. Still, it looks like a tourist attraction. One where you could climb up to the top and check out the view. So you're planning to get up there and sprint along the walls, are you? I didn't say that. I was just thinking that it'd be nice for us to have a nice quiet lunch together. Just the two of us. And just talk about whatever. Isn't that what we always do anyway? Never mind. Hey, how's it going, Soberry? Or Soyberry? You love my love, Estelle. Yeah, I like your character, honestly. I like her outgoing personality. Let's just get the paperwork done and move on to Grand Cell. Okay, maybe it's just me. But are you mad about something? It's just you. Let's just go in and forget this whole conversation. Girls can be so difficult. Well, for two 16-year-olds, it totally makes sense. But how are you doing, Soyberry? How has your weekend been? Hello, welcome to the Sanctine Gate. We need to fill out some paperwork before we can let you go on to the capital. Okay, can you give us the paperwork? Thank you. Please sign here. What is with you kids these days? Are you brave or are you just crazy? Are you some kind of hiking date on the highway? What? A date? It's nothing like that. We're brother and sister. Funny, you don't look like siblings, but you do have the same last name, I guess. You love the Trails series so much, you check Twitch every time for anyone stream this masterpiece yet underrated game. Yeah, it's part of my series here. It's Beat the Backlog. I'm just going through one RPG a month, and for this month, it's been The Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. Honestly, Soyberry, I don't like applying reality to fiction. It's honestly been more of a problem as of late than ever before. And plus, the game doesn't even allude to anything in that direction. So, I don't know. I find people are honestly read way too much deep into the games that are being created in this day and age. And it's honestly to the point where it's like, can't you just sit back and enjoy the game? Funny, you don't look like siblings. Okay, you're ready to go. Estelle? You seem very preoccupied all of a sudden. Are you okay? You want to stop and rest? No, I'm fine. Let's just get to the capital. For sure. Well, if you two aren't on a date, are you going to see the martial arts competition? Martial arts competition? Wrong again? There's an annual martial arts competition held in the Royal Grand Arena. It was originally only for the Royal Guardsmen Elite. Now it's open to any willing fighter. I believe the preliminaries are starting this afternoon. Oh, that sounds like fun. That's definitely right up your alley, Estelle. The Queen will be there in person, so admission fees are being discounted. If I weren't working, I'd be there myself by now. Sorry to hear that. Of course, I'd rather be participating than watching. See if all this training's paid off yet or not. I can imagine. But if they've already started the preliminaries, it'll be impossible for you to get in. You've got a job to finish too, don't forget. You'll just have to make do in the stands. Too bad. Sir? Is something wrong? That emblem on your chest. I didn't notice it because of your age, but are you two bracers? That's right. Is there a problem? No, not a problem, exactly. Jeez, I never thought. Soldier, are you loitering while you're on duty? Sir, is there a problem here? Well, sir, it's just that these two, they're bracers, sir. Bracers, huh? You two, I'd like a few minutes of your time, if that's alright. You do need to get to the capital. Is that so? The capital? I asked the nature of your business in the capital? Well, we've got a job. What kind of job? The professor, no, I mean, how do I put this? I'm sorry, but we have an official guild contract. Our business with our clients is a private matter. Sounds suspicious to me. Yes, this is actually my first time, Soyberry. That's why Beat the Backlog basically says, I've never played this game before. So I'm beating the game. That's the whole purpose of Beat the Backlog. And I have a description of each of the types of streams I do, if you just scroll down below. So yeah, this is my first time. I'm afraid you're going to have to explain yourselves. Look, I don't see what the big problem is. Well, we received information from military high command. Royal Guardsmen have revolted against the Queen and are staging terrorist attacks. It seems that some of these terrorists may have disguised themselves as bracers. So we're under orders to detain anyone claiming to be a bracer pending investigation. What? What? That's enough, soldier. We're sorry, but we're under strict orders. Until we can confirm your identification, you're to remain here at Sanctheim. You can't be serious. Why do... Ah, there you are. Huh? Why, you're... I've been waiting for you. You finished your paperwork. Let's get going. Oh, what? I apologize, Professor. It seems we've hit a small snag that might delay our departure somewhat. Just a moment here. Who are you? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Specialist of Archaeology, Professor Alva. I am from North Ambria State, and I'm here in Liverpool for investigative research. You process this man's identification? Yes, sir. His passport checks out, and the Grand Cell History Museum will vouch for him as well. I see, then everything appears to check out. I apologize for the delay, Professor Alba. What relationship do you have with these two? Well, they're bracers. They saved my life quite a number of times, so I decided to have them accompanied to the capital. Isn't that correct, Joshua? Estelle? Yes, that's it, alright. Well, it seems you have enough proof of your identity. I apologize to you both for the misunderstanding. No, it's not a problem. We know how it is to have strict protocols. No hard feelings at all. I do like the artwork in the game. The artwork in this game is it makes me very nostalgic, honestly, for a lot of older art styles. Like, even dating all the way back to DOS. Obviously, this art style goes back to PlayStation 2 with the sprites. But it's definitely something at least you can always appreciate from Nihon Falcom. I mean, you started playing along so fast with the professor. Thought I'd forgotten our assignment for a moment. Hardly. I had hoped you'd catch on a little quicker, though. Excuse me for being the poor performance, Mrs. Silvertongue. Not all of us can just lie with a straight face. What was that? Nothing. Sorry to surprise you. I just seen you two were in some trouble, so I spoke up. Should I not have? Oh no, we were definitely in some trouble back there. Thank you, Professor Alba. We appreciate your help. My way of returning the favor. Still, though, what was that argument all about anyway? I heard something about some terrorist attack? It seems there's a gang of criminals out there who have been causing trouble while disguised as normal citizens. And the two of us were suspected of being in said gang. Yeah, can you believe that? I swear every single person in the military has a massive stick up there. I see, very troubling indeed. The situation, and the imagery. By the way, I heard that the incident at the Carnelia Tower wound up getting complicated. How did that turn out for you? Well, there were a few loose ends, but for the most part, we managed to get things done. I expected you'd do well. I could tell you two had the beginnings of great bracers in you from the moment we met. I'm happy to see I was right. Aw, we don't deserve that. We've still got a lot to learn. We're still in training as it is. But Professor, what brings you to a place like this? Naturally, I'm on my way to the capital. Originally going to take a ship, but I found myself short of funds. Oh well, archaeologists need to exercise too. So the walk should do me some good. He's poor. You don't have to beat yourself up like that. But still, you sure are poor. We scholars of the humanities all have financial issues. Especially archaeology. Any money I make goes straight to the next excavation. That's too bad. We sure were lucky running into you back there. You want to come along with us to the capital? Just a moment, Estelle. I'm sure the professor is busy with his own. I'd love to. The road to the capital can be dangerous, so having you two nearby would be a relief. Not that it's all that far to the capital anyway. Well, if you don't mind, then we'd be honored. It's settled then. Let's get going. I wonder if he actually has anything. I think I already actually bought the food from him. You will know the military problem with Bracer after finishing the game. Well, as long... I only ask that you don't spoil anything for me. That's the only thing I'm honestly asking for. Also, since I am playing this on the PC. I did not know there was actually a glossary. Well, it took most of the month, but I figured out, apparently I learned that there was a glossary. Interesting. How far away is it anyway? How strong are these guys anyway? Okay, this guy just bought himself a world of hurt. Oh, that's not good. Huh. Wow, that was absolutely terrible, honestly. Okay. Okay, that's actually a good amount of experience. I am going to take my time here and actually try and find some enemies to fight here. But having him just beeline for it. I'm wondering how the professor evades everyone so easily. It seems like it's interesting, along with, I know there's another series, The Trails of Cold Steel. Hey, you there! Huh? Looks like an army unit. No tourists are allowed in the Arab Royal Villa. Do you not see the ordinance that was just posted all over the city streets? Actually, we're not citizens of Grancel. We just recently came here by way of the Sanctum Gate. Travelers, eh? Usually, they don't want to walk on the highways with terrorist activity going on. Talk about reckless. Setting aside the terrorist discussion for a second, what's the Arab Royal Villa? It's a small palace to the east where the royal family resides. I was given to understand that the townsfolk often went there to relax? Sorry, but it's off limits for now. The army's using it as a base of operations for investigating the terrorist activities. Let's say. The roads nearby aren't off limits, but I suggest you keep away, just to make sure no one mistakes you for one of the bad guys. Well, that's certainly grim. Personally, being told not to go somewhere just makes me want to go and see what all the fuss is about. What do you say? Want to go poke around and see what we can see? It's not that I'm curious. I did just get that warning, so I think it's best to hold off. There may actually be terrorists, like the soldier said. Well, I think the intelligence division is just using the Royal Guardsmen and Bracers as scapegoats. Estelle! You really need to not say things like that out loud. If someone overhears you, then we're apt to get caught up in it. Yeah, you're right. Intelligence what now? Let's see. Sorry, it's nothing. Anyway, let's head on to the city. Oh, alright, you kids are no fun. I wonder how much he actually has to pay for it. Oh, that's honestly a nice touch there, actually having the text on there. Some of the other signs didn't actually even have anything on there. I am really going to be glad once I get my headset. Hell Mars. Interesting.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
Honestly, I'm surprised this game didn't get... Well, actually, no, I shouldn't be surprised that the game didn't get fully voice acted. What do you... Okay. I thought I got preemptive on him.
We're good to go.
Did it... I just got one experience off. Yep, one experience off. So close. So close and yet so far. Is that a... How can you preemptively attack a plant, honestly? Marsh Chupacabra. Interesting. Unless they don't have much health. I'm actually surprised that this game is divided up into 3 chapters. Let's see. The Garoon Gate. Where do I have to go anyway? That's Grand Sale. Well, since I have the opportunity and luxury, I am going to take advantage of it and level up a little bit, which means we can actually go exploring a little bit here.
We're good to go.
I definitely do want to make sure my levels are high enough. Is that... Oh, right. Okay, the arts reflect. It's like, it's a bird with an eggshell again. Wait a minute, I've seen that before.
Piece of cake.
I've actually even liked the magic system in this game, too. There's a lot I've enjoyed with this game. I think also what makes it better is just... It's been hard because I actually did want to get like a perfect on this game. But I realized because I need to go through the games as quickly as possible. My goodness. There, okay. Wow, when they said Royal Highway, they weren't kidding. The villa is quite literally just in its own little area. So, have you played all 3 of the chapters then? I'm honestly curious, actually, someone's played through all of them.
That's that then. Let's move it.
Actually, a lot of experience, too.
We're good to go.
Hey, how's it going, Wayward? How are you doing tonight? Wow, this area is actually very tiny. So close and yet so far from home. How has your weekend been? Let's see, there's the barracks. Where's the kitchen? That's the... this is the inn. Where's the mess hall? Tell me there's nothing. There's vegetables and french fries. And wow, the amount you can actually get from this area is non-existent. You're good. Decided to take a break from Neptunia and decided to try some old Digimon games you bought a few years back. Interesting. See, I never got too much into Digimon for obvious reasons. Like, I was too old at that point. I knew about the series. I watched, like, the first season as it was coming out, and after that, it's like, no, I'm done.
We're good to go.
And I'm getting a lot of experience, actually, from these. Although I'm surprised, actually, like, that there were still, like, Digimon games actually being made. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, honestly, because it pretty much... If you weren't a Pokemon fan, then you probably actually like Digimon. Let's see... Pencil City... Arab Scenic Route? That led to the villa. Why, can I not go this direction? Actually, I should be asking, can I go this direction? Specifically playing Digimon Next Order right now. Well, as long as you're having fun, that's what matters. That was a monster there, wasn't there? Yes, there was. How did I not hit them? Really? Double poison?
Piece of cake.
Alright, actually heal now. I'm actually getting close to losing all my stuff. There we go. So this is the villa. Or... Okay, so I can go here then. Why the music sounds so different? There's water. Originally put it down because it's more pet sim than RPG. That actually sounds like fun if it's a pet sim.
Alright, we're good to go.
Wow, that's actually a lot of experience. Let's see. Looks like there's actually something here. You next have no control to your Digimon's evolution line. Interesting. I mean, then again, like, I'm used to, like, honestly, the only simulation game, like, in terms of monster raising that was really played was Monster Rancher. The original, not number 2. And I had a really good time, actually, playing that game.
Alright, we're good to go.
But it was definitely, how to put it? It was fun, but it really was demoralizing the moment your own monsters kicked the bucket. That was honestly the biggest downside. Ooh, these guys steal health. Surprised these guys actually steal health. Joshua learned Evil Eye. What does Evil Eye do? Well, sometimes, honestly, when it comes to playing RPGs, you kind of have to accept what it is. I think one of the hardest RPGs I actually had a hard time getting into was actually Jade Cocoon on the PlayStation. Like, that was... Imagine you had to raise each monster individually,
Alright, we're good to go.
but you also had to take care of yourself as a character. Found Death Blow 2. There's any more chests around here. There's the border. And... Ooh, what are you? You are a big boy. A dime dial. Savage pelagic monster. Interesting. They're worth a lot of experience, though. Sharkodiles. Ooh, they're weak to Earth, actually. What does Evil Eye do, anyway? Ooh. Ah, of course. Well, why not? We can give it a shot. Oh, it's instant! I forgot about that. Crafts are always instant. Well, at least he has an AoE. That takes 40? Wow. God. Oh dear, that's actually not good. Let me just call another one for backup. Can't let the professor get near. Oh, it hits like a truck. That's not good. Well, that could have gone better.
Alright.
Oh well, that's definitely a lot of experience, though. And a lot of Sepith. And a fish fillet. Let's see. Now the Terra Balm or Terra Balm. Anything else? I'm actually curious. Air Royal Villa. Wow, there's a lot to this area, actually. And all I wanted was to actually get some experience and start looting things. I'm surprised why I can actually go by the back road here. Any other chests? Oh, really? No chests? There'll be some items here. The better Digimon game, in your opinion, is Digimon Cyber Sleuth and its sequel because it's an actual RPG? Yeah, I think honestly that's probably what most people would actually want from a Digimon game, is be able to play or control the Digimon they actually like from the show. Like, that would be the big thing that I would see. That would be the most important. Because if you don't give the people that, then you're basically preventing people from actually realizing their fantasies. Being, I think actually there's also like a Smash-style game as well, which is also kind of interesting to actually know. There's the villa, so we're going to ignore that. Oh dear. I'm not gonna be able to. I can't kill him. And he gets a crit. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. I lost. Blasted game. So glad, at least, continuing in this game is a lot better. I swear, this game is rude when it comes to this stuff. That was just a bad roll of the guy there. There was a fighting game for the Game Boy? Yeah, I know, yeah, that's actually why I only know about that Smash one, was because of John streaming it. Like, I wish I had more knowledge about the... Well, actually, probably I don't actually have a wish to know more about the Digimon games, but, still something that... Still probably nice to actually have more edification on what games exist out there. My goodness. This area is a bit of a maze here. A little surprised, actually. Why is he missing so much? I mean, I know I'm probably under-leveled here, but geez, give me a break here. Digimon Battle Spirit. Yeah, that's probably it, actually. Like, I don't know, the monster-style games, aside from Monster Rancher, I kind of didn't really want to keep up with it. Let's see. Monsters appeared! Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is actually really not good. That's a little... Oh, attack delay. That actually makes sense now. Okay. If she can actually stay alive, that's gonna be the thing. Kyria... Of course he runs away. Oh, this... I should have done speed up, actually. Oh well. Let's see. I can get 3 of them. I could probably actually just get 5 of them. Actually, now that I think about it... Can do is evil eye all of them at once. Ah, oh, crud, he's aiming for me again. No, please do not kill him. I do not wish the game over. Again. It's just rude. Flicker him. Nope, didn't stop him. Damn it. Oh, I think I actually did stop him. I do like the combat system in this game. Like, the more I'm gaining, the more levels and such, the stronger I'm being. And I got an achievement. You could trade those for money, but, you know. Defense 3. Ooh, that actually... Anyone actually using that? Okay. Give it to him. It's Earth Wall and Earth Lance. Nice. Alright, I think we're done exploring this area here. I think we should actually get going. And we got some palms, apparently. Fight some palms. And they are not weak to anything, apparently. Hard break. What's this do? And we miss. Perfect. Perfect. How am I not doing any damage? I thought these things were supposed to... Ah, fine, whatever. Oh well, at least I got some Sepith. I'm beating the pants off them. Oh, there's 2. Oh. Don't explore this then. An old cerulean monument. Any chests? There is a chest. With more monsters, of course. That's what this game really just wants you to have. Here's some monsters. I am out. Let's see, if I do clock up... I'm taking a chance here. Alright. Well, I can't do that, so... Do I have an AoE anything? With her? I do not. Actually really reliant on her crafts. Napalm Breath, Aqua Boulder. Actually, can I cast her? Yeah, I can cast Earth Power on him. That'll actually save me. That should hopefully actually keep him alive. Oh, right! I forgot he can actually reflect magic. Shoot. I just hurt myself really, really badly. And he pushed. And he pushed the guy right in the direction he needs to go. This is... Ah, and the DA buff still. And we gamed over. Good job. This is what I get. This is what I get for just wanting a little more experience. Just get a little bit of experience. It'll be good. Still gonna just do the speed up. It's the same battle. Out of all things. Oh, probably at least I can actually probably kill the fire guys. Actually, let's not be to anything. This will actually keep me safe. Unless that happens. This is the worst. Like, it's an interesting system, but honestly, I find that they put the health way too low for the enemies here. That's good, just stay, all of you can just stay there then. Oh, there's gotta be a way to get all four. I guess not. It's much better. It's much better. Shield 3. Yeah, something tells me this is going to be a very hard final chapter then. Why would you walk forward? Thank you. Okay, now I'm not getting any experience anymore, so now we should be good to go. What's this? Oh, that was flower bed. And now everything's all happy again. Alright, let's get to Grand Cell. Alright, so let's go to Grand Cell here. And not delay our visit any longer. Oh, this looks like this is where Chloe was stopped. Hey, a popcorn stand. An ice cream stand. And a crepe stand. Wow, this city's freaking huge. It used to take me here a long time ago. Was it really this big then? Well, it is the biggest city in the kingdom. Grand Cell's castle is just past the main road. That's where the queen lives. There's also the Grand Cell Cathedral, the Grand Arena, and all the embassies for the surrounding nations. Oh, you don't say. You sure know a lot about this city. You must have been here before, right? Yes, when I was little. My, no matter how many times I see it, this city still amazes me with its beauty. Purely in terms of scale, I believe the Imperial and Republican capitals are larger, but neither feels as elegant and refined as Grand Cell does. I'm glad to hear it. It's nice to hear a foreigner complimenting your home country. Which reminds me, what do you plan to do now, Professor? Are you gonna be okay staying in a hotel? I have something else in mind. I intend to go bug the folks at the History Museum. Oh, Grand Cell has one of those? They find artifacts and put them there on display. Yes, I'll be staying there as a guest associate member. You two should stop by to visit if you get the chance. Museums are awfully formal for my tastes. If we do come by, are you gonna give us a bunch of lessons? If that is your wish, then I shall certainly do my best. Just kidding, though I think that checking out all the exhibits would be fun. No, if you'll excuse me. What a lifesaver, that professor. Well, he's just as happy-go-lucky as ever. What's this guest associate thing, though? Is he a famous scholar or something? Yes, most likely. Now, we should probably stop in at the local guild branch before we do anything else. Not only do we need to change our branch affiliation, but we need to discuss how to approach delivering the professor's message. Yeah, you're right. Thinking about it now, how are we even going to get an audience with Her Majesty anyway? And there's no way that it'll be just as simple as walking up to the castle and saying hi. What ice creams do you got for me, buddy? You got me a Cure Sleep one. I don't even know if I actually can use those items in combat. All these crepes. That's a gorgeous crepe. Where the heck can we go anyway? That's the Robo Factory. At least use that. What do you got for us here at this Herbal Factory? I'm honestly curious. We have a defense +3 and HP +3. Very nice. Mind +3. Ooh, that'd be actually good too. We have another attack +3. Speaking of which, I didn't do anything. Hey, how's it going, Newton? How are you doing? Hey, Wayward was the Digimon fan. You're the Pokemon fan. It all balances out. It's Evade 3. God, this costs so much for a Sepith. I should see here. I should actually honestly just take a look and see what I'm using here and see what I can actually upgrade to. So he has Cast 2 and Action 2, so I could probably actually get one of those. Maybe get Cast 2, actually. There's EP Cut. Oh my goodness, EP Cut takes a lot. Finally continuing... Oh, never mind. You're actually playing a Digimon game, just like Wayward was talking about it a little while ago. Okay, Action 3. Ooh, that's actually tempting. I don't know what to actually upgrade to here. Oh, she has EP Cut too, that's right. I completely forgot. So she already has Mind 3, so I'm not going to get any benefit from that. Alright, so I'll give her EP Cut 3 then. At the very least. I can also give her EP. I guess it'll probably be better if I just give her the discount here. That takes care of that. And I can also increase her HP as well. I was just surprised how much money you actually get for all of this. There we go. She has Haze. HP 2. Oh, I don't know what to actually upgrade everything to. I should have actually done this offline. Should have done this offline. Oh well. Oh, that's right. I actually kept compensating her loss of stats with more HP. That's right. Do I lose? No, I do lose stuff. Well, let's see if you will Digimon credit for the new anime, new protagonists every season. Well, that is definitely one thing they did. I don't know if you say it'd be easy to simply say they did it right. I could have sworn there was a way to get more magic, although I think that was another way to do it. Oh, that's right, EP was it. Wow, he only has EP 1? Oh, he's gonna cost... I probably don't have any... Probably don't have any more, time quartz, do I? I don't have any. I have Earth. I have Earth, but I already have a defense one. She already has a fire. Damn, I can't actually stack them. I can't even use Evade, honestly. It's good to know you're enjoying the game. Now, though, what I need is... I also need the weapons. So I doubt... Nope, the game's actually gonna let me explore. Church. Place is huge. Fisherman's Guild. Oh, it's the Fisherman's Guild. And sell East Block. Let's try the East Block. Maybe the weapon shop's there. We have a weapon shop here. We do not. Do we? Oh, there's the embassies. Okay, so basically we're also surrounded by embassies. Interesting. I'm guessing the North Block will have our weapon shop. Or not, that has the inn. Where the heck's the weapon shop? Oh, there it is. Give me those upgrades. Give me that battle staff. Give me those Schneiders. Probably actually should have... I need to actually convert stuff here. There we go. Man, I need a lot for that. Let's see, 75, 100. Yep, 100. I already have craft shoes on both my characters, so 20 to 30. RPGs, you'll never get boring in the sense of having to actually equip more, just more items and more power. Okay, staff, battle staff. I've got to put on his shield coat. I'm actually surprised I had to trade in so much. Let's see. Well, I guess we are supposed to sell these, aren't we? How much is it actually going to cost us here for 2 composites? I'm going to need 12,000. Oh, 2. There we go. Put on myself some new spanking boots. 230, this guy's a beast of a tank now. Alright, now let's go to the guild. May fortune smile upon you. If everyone together, I think we may just succeed. Now you've got it. You're participating, I expect nothing less than everything you've got. Right, we can't let those army goons beat us. I like the way she looks, actually. That's an awesome design. Now then, we ought to get going soon. Hmm? This definitely looks like a ragtag of adventures. Pardon the intrusion. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Oh, Karna, wow, fancy meeting you here. And yes, we met once during the whole Sky Bandit incident. We're the rookies with Sherazard, right? Long time no see. What brings you all to Grand Cell? I'll field that one. They have to hurry or else they'll be late. Whoops, you're right. Sorry, you two. We'll talk later. We've got to be going. See you later, rookies. Pardon me. It must be so awesome to be a full-fledged bracer. Indeed, they all look pretty tough. We were talking about something when we came in. Was that what I think it was? Indeed so. They're all leaving to participate in the big fighting tournament, the martial arts competition. Whoa! Sorry, I'm still Bright, currently at the Zeiss branch. And I'm Joshua Bright, the same affiliation. I'm Elnon, with the Grand Cell branch. Miss Kilika got in touch with me and informed me that you two would be coming. Could I get you to go ahead and change your affiliation now? Certainly. Excellent. I bid you welcome to the Grand Cell branch of the Bracer Guild. Personally, I've been looking quite forward to your arrival. You are the children of Cassius, are you not? Yes. I suppose you know him? Oh yes, I'm ever in his debt. Is it true that he set you out on a journey from which he has not yet returned? Yeah, he hasn't been home in quite some time. He did write us a letter, but he failed to mention where he was, what he was doing. We've traveled everywhere from Roland to Zeiss, but we've heard no news of his whereabouts. I suppose. Makes it unlikely that he's still in the country. What a pity. There's a possibility of Residents of Fate remaster. Honestly, I expect this generation of consoles and games to actually be something of an accidental archive revolution. Or I guess you'd call it a remastering revolution. Basically, a lot of games from the past and of the previous generation that didn't do so well is honestly being given a second shot. And for a lot of game developers to kind of realize, if we just put a little bit of more work into it, we could actually resell the product. And it actually, to me, I'm happy that it exists. And this is of course based off the assumption that the remaster is actually good. Or the restorations are actually good instead of terrible. But honestly, it's always a positive. I mean, even Nintendo, I know that their people don't want to pay for the online service stuff. Even I'm still against it, honestly. But if they really do bring a lot of value to it, even I could see myself actually finally paying for an online service. The Army's current counter-terrorism activities have made it difficult for us to do our jobs. With a former soldier like Cassius among us, I'd hope it might smooth things over. Is something wrong? Well, actually, we know what's going on behind the scenes with all that. Huh? Let's tell you everything that happened with the incident in Zeiss. What? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just a lot to take in. So Colonel Richard is actually in control of the Royal Army. And the counterterrorism is just a big farce put on by the Intelligence Division Special Forces? It's a little difficult to believe. But it's true. Talk with Kilika at the Zeiss branch, and she'll confirm our story. It's alright, it's not that I don't believe you. On the contrary, a few pieces of the puzzle have just fallen into place, as it were. However, Colonel Richard is an extremely popular man in this city. Though it pains me to say so, I've been sympathetic to him all this time. And the citizens, I never dreamed that the Colonel would be involved in any sort of conspiracy. I figured as much. The Intelligence Division has played everyone for fools. The Bracer Guild cannot directly interfere with military matters. Neither can we simply stand back and watch. First of all, did you accept the Professor's request? Absolutely. The question is, how do we get an audience with Her Majesty? That is an issue. Ordinarily, a guild letter alone would be enough to get you in. What? Really? Oh, no way! No need to worry then! Estelle, I don't think it's really going to be quite that simple. No matter how you look at it, the royal guards that are supposed to be protecting the castle are being treated as terrorists. Do you understand what that means? Well, I think it means that... That's the most likely outcome, yes. Odds are that the Colonel has a strong hold on Grancel Castle as he did on Leyston Fortress. I guess so. In other words, there's no simple way we're going to get in touch with Her Majesty. Possibly sneak in, like we did at Leyston Fortress. But I doubt they'd be so foolish as to fall for the same trick twice. Well, in that case, why don't we just try going like normal and see what happens? If we play our cards right, we might get some useful information out of the info out of the gatekeeper. Fine by me, but just one piece of advice. Keep the fact that we want to see the Queen to yourself. If Colonel Richard gets wind of it, he'll likely cause us no end of trouble. Ah, okay. And I believe it would be a good idea to keep this whole matter under wraps for the time being. We must gather more intel. Just so you know, the Royal Castle is just off Main Street, directly to the north. Go ahead and get what information you can, but use the utmost caution. You bet, Mr. Elnon. I'll let you know if we find anything. There are no requests at all. That's actually surprising. I'm actually going to do this just as a safety precaution. Because honestly, in my time of playing through these RPGs, I have been extremely lax. Actually, probably I should go check out the bar first. To the bar! Give me that insufficient mirror. Oh wow, I really am having insufficient mirror. Give me that Bula base. Somehow, the activating fired off long hidden neurons in the brain, teaching you the recipe for Bula base. I don't know why that's apparently so special compared to the others, but it is. Oh, that's a big heal, though. Well, I guess actually I don't need to worry about, getting anything. Alright, let's just go north. Ransel Castle. I actually like that. It's a hawk, an eagle with a heart. Or at least it looks like a heart, at least. Wow, so that's Grancel Castle. It's gorgeous. I guess it really is fit for a queen. It's not just pretty, it's also really solidly built. For instance, look at the main gate. Yeah, I don't think getting through there would be an easy task. Means I guess we'll have to talk to those soldiers there. Well, steel your nerves and let's give it a shot. Okay, we're just country folk here on our vacation and checking out the castle. We just thought we'd catch a glimpse of Her Majesty since we're here. Does that sound okay to you? You know, you're disturbingly good at coming up with that kind of stuff. Not that it doesn't come in handy, but still, I'll take that as a compliment. Now, smile and act natural. They didn't take off their bracer badges, I bet. Hello there. Good afternoon. Welcome to Grancel Castle. Please state your business. Oh, we're just getting here from Roland. We're taking in the sights, you might say. We were wondering if there was any chance we might get a tour of the castle. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry, but access to the castle is restricted to authorized personnel only. Security's been tighter, what with the terrorism scares. Once the terrorists are caught, tours will probably open up again. Really? Dang. That's my dream of seeing the Queen in real life. Well, not necessarily. She always addresses the people from her terrace during the birthday celebration. Could see her then. Fair warning, though. Her Majesty hasn't been in the best of health these days. I don't know if she'll be able to manage her traditional greeting. Huh? Her Majesty is ill? Yes, I hear it's because of stress. Or maybe from the shock of learning the Royal Guardsmen were involved in a terrorist plot. It hasn't been seen much lately. I believe she's resting in her private quarters. Oh. Damn the Guardsmen, how could they just turn traitor like that? I never did like those damned elitist jerks anyway. But Lieutenant Schwarz was always so kind and considerate to everyone. He even taught us court etiquette and how to wield a sword. It's hard for me to picture someone like that as a terrorist. Of course it's hard. Probably left because she's felt responsible for her men's actions. Poor Lieutenant Schwarz. I don't suppose these two had a little crush on the lieutenant, do you? Yeah, it seems so. Anyway, yes, the castle is off limits. Sorry, but you can't go inside. Well, I guess that's that. I'm just a tad bit worried. Her Majesty is taken sick. Who's seeing to her daily affairs with running the country? Yes, it's certainly a natural enough concern. For now, there's someone acting on as her proxy on paper. How's that work? Literally, on paper. I can't picture someone like him ever actually making some real government decisions. Hey, watch what you say. Though I'll admit, I would have thought that the duty would fall to the princess. And you tell me to watch what I say. What's that? Whoops, speak of the devil. And there's our ticket in. Ah, I've never been so insulted. The tournament should have already begun and I'm not there. Philip, why didn't you wake me up sooner? This is all your fault. I'm terribly sorry, Your Grace. I was merely trying to look after your mental well-being. For the last few days you've been in the banquet hall, drinking and singing, consuming excessively beer and donuts while reading your morning comics. I feel that it should come to no surprise that you overslept. Silence, Philip! Not in the mood to listen to your chastisements. As the future king, I can do what I want whenever I want. Ah, time is short. Come on, we must hurry to the grand arena. By any chance was that... We know, don't even say it. It was His Grace, the Duke, acting proxy for Her Majesty. Wow, suddenly I fear for the entire country. Well, don't worry too much. He has a very reliable assistant. It's thanks to him that we haven't had any major incidents lately. Do tell. Colonel Richard of the Royal Army Intelligence Division. Since the Duke is more of the playboy sort, the Colonel handles all the government affairs. Knew it. Pushing harder into the core of the kingdom than I expected. So try not to let this whole thing get you down. Ansell's got plenty of other famous places you can check out. Yeah, you're in the royal city after all. Just go at your own pace. Yeah, you're right, we will. Thank you both for your kindness. Well, that was informative. I can't believe that the Duke is supposed to be acting on behalf of the Queen, though. The real power is probably in the hands of Colonel Richard. What's more, no one around him has any clue that he's the one pulling all the strings. Being able to control the flow of information must be an extremely useful tool. You're not supposed to envy the enemy. Anyway, it looks like the Duke is going to that fighting tournament. Can we go too? Yeah, if nothing else, we need to keep an eye on what he's up to. That settles it then. Which way to the Grand Arena? I believe it's in the East Block. So back to the main road, then east. Shouldn't I stop at the, Shouldn't I stop at the guild first? I'm gonna stop at the guild first, just in case. Seems only natural, honestly. Wait, Joshua. Isn't Chloe coming to the capital right about now? Now that you mention it, she did say she'd meet us before the birthday celebration started. She should definitely be here by now. Elnon, wasn't there a girl about our age named Chloe who came around asking for us? Was there? We promised to meet up here. Chloe, you say? No, I'm afraid no one by that name has been here. Aw, raspberries. We should have asked where she was staying. She mentioned having, some rich relatives. Well, that's not much of a lead, I suppose. I'm sure she's simply running late, and we'll try to contact you shortly. If she comes by, I'll be sure to let you know immediately. Well, that's not good. Actually. That's actually still surprising. There were no actual quests. Actually, are there any other places I should check out? Let's see. What's this place? That's... oh, okay. Alright, well, let's go to the East Block then. Let's go check out this tournament, wherever it is. North Block, Landing Port, South Block. Unless this is the arena. Is this the arena? Is a department store here? I'm actually surprised it's a department store. What the heck do they have here? Oh, they have a lot of ingredients, though. What else do they got here? I'm actually curious. Road Liberal News. EP charge. 3 of those. Smelling salts. Oh, now I can get smelling salts. I'm actually surprised how much this game did not want you to actually use items. Roxy Puppet. Necklace, Mirage Ring. Yeah, I guess I'll be fine for now. It's good to know at least this place exists. And I'm gonna guess this leads to the arena. Yes, it does. This is the Grand Arena. Currently at the arena, we're holding the preliminary matches of the martial arts competition. Can I see your tickets? Tickets are sales are to the right. Give me those tickets. Welcome to the Grand Arena. Would you like a ticket? Yes, 2 please. Preliminaries are in progress right now, but the main event will last for 3 days, starting tomorrow. Which day would you like your ticket? Actually, we're hoping to catch the preliminary matches if we could. Oh, alright then. They're already more than halfway finished, though. Would that be a problem? Nope, no problem at all. Okay, bad value, but hey, not my money. I'll be 1,000 Mira. Wow, that's a lot. I heard that there was some kind of discount for the birthday celebration. Alright, Newton, have yourself a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry, sir. This year there have been some complications that have made it impossible for us to offer discounts. Oh, okay, that's pretty sucky, but what can you do? Let's see, 900, 950. Thank you very much. Here are your tickets. The entrance to the arena is directly to your left. Alright, let's go inside. Show the tickets. Thanks, everything seems to be in order. You may enter at your discretion. Let's enjoy some fighting. I actually like games with arenas. I don't know why, but they're always enjoyable. Oh wow, this room is gorgeous. This is the entrance hall. Audience seats are on the second floor, apparently. Let's take a look. I guess we're spectators. There's the Duke. Oh wow, look at all these people. Yeah, there's some serious enthusiasm in the air. Judging by the number of spectators, this must be a major event. I wonder how far the prelim rounds go. Thank you for your patience. The 7th round is now starting. Oh, looks like they're starting up. Well, let's go find ourselves a place to sit down. South side, blue team. Border Patrol 2nd Regiment team. Captain is Lieutenant Sammy. Huh? I thought the matches were one-on-one. Guess this one's a team outing. Could have sworn it was individual bouts only, though. North Side Red Team. Bracer Guild, Grancel Branch Team. Captain is Kurt. Hey, it's Kara's team. Wow, we just got here just in time to see them fight. This begins the 7th preliminary match. Both teams go to your starting places. Oh, they gonna play soccer or something? Take your positions. Begin! Oh, this is cool! They actually went above and beyond on this one.
By my arts, become hard as steel.
I wonder if this actually plays out the same every time. Well, let's say no to focus fire.
By my arts, be calming as ocean waves.
Ooh, I've seen that one before.
Here I go! You're good!
Okay, Bracer Guild is a bunch of hard hitters. KO! Winner is Kurt's team. Woohoo! Go Karna! That was a good match. The soldiers moved well, but the bracers are better at working as a team. Yeah, you could use their moves for teaching lessons. Well, I don't know what it is, but watching martial artists at work gets me really hyped up. I wish we had to put off going to the castle. I'd have liked to see this from the beginning. Yeah, I know how you feel. But part of being an adult is putting one's own feelings aside in favor of doing what needs to be done. Well, I like not being an adult yet. Next up, we have the 8th preliminary match. First, with the remaining competitors step forward. Southside Blue Team. Team Raven. Captain's Belden. I actually surprised they have a bunch of, from the Raven gang. What are those guys doing here? Oh yeah, it's that group from the warehouse district in Rouen. See, the competition's open to the general public. Ugh, stick out like sore thumbs. I really don't deserve to be counted among professional soldiers and martial artists. North side, red team. And the neighboring Calvard Republic, appearing alone, is Zin. Zin? Another familiar face, eh? Small world. Fighting alone is going to be a real handicap for him. No kidding. He may be fighting a bunch of punks, but if they surround him, he's in real trouble. At least we know what Zin was doing. Zin will be competing in this prelim bout solo. No team to stand by his side. He fights at a considerable disadvantage, but his prodigious skill will make this match a sight to behold. We ask all in attendance to understand the arrangement. Begins the 8th preliminary match. Both teams go to your starting places. Ready? Begin! Hitting him with batons. Of course, actually, batons do hurt a lot. Oh! Okay, just punch him hollow in the face. Or, I almost feel sorry for the Raven gang. Now I feel sorry for them. Winner! KO! Winner is Zin! Yahoo! Go Zin! That'll show him what braces are made of. Looks like I was worrying over nothing. His build, speed, and technique make him a real force to be reckoned with. For anyone else, though, I'd say 4-on-1 is insane. Yeah, seriously. The current match will mark the end of the preliminaries. 8 teams will be competing in no-holds-barred matches. The competition opens tomorrow, and over 3 days, the ultimate champions will be decided. Now we'll hear some words from the tournament sponsor, Duke Dunan. My dear ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your efforts in today's fine matches. I regret that government affairs forced me to miss the first half of them. But I was here for the second half, and what I saw was an exciting and enjoyable display of technique and talent. The distressing news of recent terrorist activities has had an unfortunate impact on Her Majesty's health. But I ask that you take heart. She entrusted her government duties to me, Dunan von Osles, and I will do all that I can to live up to your expectations. Let us all remember the spirit and enthusiasm we feel during this competition, and recall it in the days ahead. I hope you will all enjoy tomorrow's no-holds-barred Battle Royale. I'm not used to hearing the Duke speak so decently to people. He probably just memorized something written by the Intelligence Division staff. Yes. The winner of the competition will not only receive a prize in Mira, but will also get a special gift from me. Your Grace, are you certain that is wise? Be silent. This is a fine opportunity to show my generosity. This gift is to be a written invitation to a royal court dinner party at Grancel Castle to be held in 3 days. Sadly, Her Majesty's presence will be missed, but it will be attended by celebrated persons of great renown. Arrangements have been made for only the finest royal and noble cuisine to be served. I trust that this will serve as an incentive for those competing to excel and advance. Great, how am I going to sneak into this party? Hey Joshua, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, it would be ideal if Karna got that invitation. If they win the championship, they'll be allowed into the castle. They'll all be above board. I could give her a chance to get that message to Her Majesty. Or are you thinking of something else? No, that's it, but I hate the idea of leaving someone else to deliver the professor's message. Pickers can't be choosers, I guess. I'd have no objections. Shall we try to catch them in their waiting room before they leave the arena? Sure. Let's see, Karna's team came out from the North Gate, right? Right, if they're still there, that's probably where we'll find them. Let's see. North Gate. Serve for guests of honor. Karna, hi everyone. Congrats on making it through the preliminaries. Hey, it's the new kids. Oh, hey guys. Yo, you here to watch the fights? Yes, and we had a chance to see yours. That was a great match. Thanks. I'm glad to hear you say that. I don't get the sudden change to make it a team competition, though. Yeah, me neither. It's weird. But it's been okay so far. All of our members are in one piece. Master Zin must be worried, though. Oh, you know Zin too? I don't know if I'd say that, but I know the name. He's a famous bracer in the Republic. People call him Zin the Immovable. He apparently came to Liberal specifically to be in this tournament. Then the promoters threw a wrench in the work and changed it from single to team competition. And I'm betting that His Grace is the one behind that idea. By the way, Master Zin still had no choice but to register as a one-man team. Okay. The Duke is a pain in the ass no matter where he goes. No argument there. Still, this is going to make it hard for him to really show what we could do. No kidding. It's too bad no one's around to fight beside him. Say... Well... Maybe... what just happened? You all got this creepy, serious look. No, we were just thinking... What would you say to teaming up with Zin in the later no-holds-barred fights? Well, Wait, what? Teaming up with him? Is that even allowed? It's not his fault that the rules of the competition were changed at the last minute. If one of the core rules can be changed, then I think we've got some wriggle room. There really are no other braces available that we could ask. Charizard's busy and we haven't been able to contact a gate. Similar story for everyone else, really. I don't think Cassius is even in the country. If those two joined up, they'd probably be accused of cheating on general principle. Our chances of beating that team would be something like 10,000 to 1. Anyway, we should focus on what's ahead, rather than what ifs. Find Zin before the day's out, and if he agrees to let you join, you should still have plenty of time to register. Okay. Oops, listen to us go on. I hope you'll give this some serious thought, but for now, we have to go. Bye-bye, newbies. Just hoping we see you in the ring. Oh my. What do you think, Estelle? That sure went from talking shop to something else entirely. You okay? Yeah. Yeah! That's it, now that's what I'm talking about. Almighty Adios, thank you so much for your bountiful favor. You're cracked. Think about it, we can be in the martial arts competition. We can help Zin in the process. Not to mention, check out that awesome castle, and be part of the big, final, ultimate, super-duper intense battle royale. We can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You really want to do this that badly. You haven't even entered yet, much less made it into the final match. It would be nice to be able to handle the professor request by ourselves, though. Assuming we even made it through, that is. Yeah, and think of how awesome it would be to win. Because we can't just leave Zin twisting in the wind. Let's go find him and ask to join his team. Would you happen to have any idea where he actually is? Don't confuse the issue with facts. Would you settle down for 2 seconds, please? Let's go back to the guild and report into Elnon. He's the one who most likely know where Zin is. Yes, I see. Zin requested the bracers send him some helping hands. I haven't said anything to you guys since you're working on the request from the professor, but thanks to the whim of his grace, we can handle both tasks at once. Nice to see his selfishness work in our favor for once. What do you think of participating in the martial arts competition? Well, I think there's merit in allowing a skill in which is practiced to be used without restraint. With 2 bracers team participating, our chances of gaining access to the castle are doubled. You needn't even get the others involved until and unless you lose. Personally, I think it's a splendid idea. Woohoo! That's my kind of encouragement. So, any clue where we might be able to find Zin? More often than not, he's in the bar down the street. Failing that, he stays at the Calvard Republic's embassy. Gotcha. Makes sense, since that's where he's from. The embassy's in the same block as the arena. We can stick our heads in the door at the bar along the way. Okay. Oh, by the way, where are you planning to stay while you're here? Well, we could stay in a hotel. If not mistaken, the Northern Block holds the largest hotel in the entire kingdom. Yes, Hotel Rowenbaum. If I may, allow us to cover the cost of your room. The Grancel branch can afford it. Whoa, really? It's too much, honestly. We couldn't possibly. I consider it a necessary expense in the course of completing the professor's request. I wish I could provide more. Nah, just a room's good by me. Very well then, we accept your offer. I'll book your room then. Give your name at the front desk this evening and someone will help you. There we go. Still no requests. That's odd, honestly. That's really odd. Uh-oh. Oh, is that a piano? Yes, not a record either. It sounds like someone's playing inside. I feel like I've heard that melody somewhere before. Got a bad feeling about this. Oh joy, it's Olivier. Still, I always figured his talk of being a traveling musician was a bunch of hot air. He's actually pretty good. I guess he really wasn't kidding, eh? Yeah, I'm kind of in shock. That was a little number I call Amber Amour. It was originally a simple interlude in an opera whose name doesn't matter. I've infused it with the power of love and devotion, and invite you all to tip your ears and drink deep of that power. I take it all back, he's just a weirdo. Now I feel dirty for letting the song get to me. Nice to see you again, Olivier. What brings you to the Royal City? I could resist the pull. A little resist the pull of this place. It drew me here as surely as the sirens' fallen tears are swept from the rivers to the sea. So here I stand, my raven-topped highness, reunited with you at last. You really haven't changed at all. That's enough out of you. If I had to be subjected to this, let's at least sit down for a minute. Acting all smug and dandy, totally oblivious to how tactlessly you are. My dear Estelle, how I've missed that obstinate irritability you so thoroughly embody. Weren't you and Cher supposed to be going to Roland? When did you get here? About a month ago, I believe? After we parted company, Cher and I spent a short yet blissful time in Roland. But alas, the overwhelming spirit of wanderlust that courses through my veins eventually got the better of me. It was all I could do to pull away from weeping darling Shera, to protect her from being swept away to this blazing, dazzling wonder. What amazes me is that you can actually say that with a straight face. I'm betting she drank you under the table every night until you finally decide to run off with your tail between your legs. Ach. And then you'd figure you'd try your luck at drinking with Ina, right? Ah, but you didn't know about Ina, did you, Olivier? She's one of Cher's closest friends. Works the information desk at the Roland branch. As far as drinkings go, she's the only person I've ever seen who could outdo Shera. Come on now, dear Estelle. I've never met this person you speak of, this Ina. Absolutely not. You might want to try that again, only this time without your voice cracking. Okay, Estelle, enough teasing. I'm sure it was a very trying time for him. An affinity for spirits greater than even Shera. Hateful inebriation. Why dost thou arm thy darkest agents with smiles so alluring? Flashback much? And so that begins the tale of Aina, Olivier's most tragic ballad. Or ballad. Indeed. Anyway, you've come after completing your tour of the surrounding regions, I presume. Mayhap you've seen something of interest. Well, we've seen a lot of stuff, but it's not easy just to sum up in a few words. Besides, we're kind of looking for someone, so maybe we can catch up another time? Oh ho, and might I inquire as to whom it is you wish to find? His name's Zin. He's here from the Calvard Republic to participate in the martial arts competition. We know he spends a good amount of time in the local bars, so maybe you've met him? Ah, yes, I recall him. Large as a bear, with a disposition not to match, thankfully. I have bore witness to his countenance on several occasions, but alas, today has yet to bear any sign of him. So in other words, he hasn't been to the bar yet. Odds are he's at the Calvardian embassy then. And shall we proceed there at once? How is it a matter of course for you to come with us? Haha, please don't be so cruel. Beyond my use as a traveling companion, I also wish to assist in the manhunt. Unless, of course, you two want to be alone. What? Ah, my, such an unsophisticated child. But when you blossom to your full potential, you shall be a woman to be reckoned with. And haha, quite a desirable one, I'd wager. What are you trying to say? Well... yeah! Wow, what the? Sir, speak to me! No good, he's not waking up. Estelle, you know, no matter how angry someone makes you, you're not allowed to brain them, especially not in public. It was all flash, no impact. I didn't do any real damage. It seems that Estelle is still a very shy individual. Well, he doesn't seem to be hurt. Okay, let's get back to searching. No time to mess around. Let's just go to the embassy, okay? Okay, so why she's mad at me? Red, orange, yellow, gold, periwinkle. Look at all the colors. Good night, Olivier. Have yourself a good one. There you go. This is the embassy for the Calvard Republic. What's your business here? We're looking for a person named Zin. May we see him, please? Oh, you're here to see Zin, are you? Have you actually met the man? First time I did, I almost peed myself. I was like, holy crap! He ain't a man, he's a grizzly! He is a pretty big fella, that's for sure. But he's real friendly once you start talking with him. He even gave me a meat bun when I told him I was hungry during my shift one day. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you can really count on, like a big brother. Indeed. So, may we see him? Oh, yes, sorry. He actually stepped out again shortly after returning. He said he had some business to take care of. Looking for a place to meditate in preparing for the tournament or some such. Meditate, huh? Man, he's not kidding around. How do you think such a place might be? Well, when he left here, he was headed for the herb scenic route. The old forest path has a feeling to it, not unlike a park. And it being monster infested makes it a good training ground. Herb scenic route? Okay, got it. Come on, Stell, let's go find him. Hang on, if you're going to the Arab Scenic Route, there's one thing you need to know. There's a place nearby called Arab Royal Villa. Oh, we heard about that place. I assume you're going to tell us that it's been commandeered for the anti-terror division, so it's totally locked down? Good guess. You can raise quite a ruckus over there. Watch your backs. Or better yet, just avoid it altogether. So they're strict, huh? Strict is starting to get real old. Avoidance sounds good. Thank you for the information. Well, looks like I'm heading out there just to find out our buddy Zin. Good thing we got ourselves some upgrades here at least. But not as many upgrades as I wanted, honestly. And granted, actually, she does. Estelle actually pretty much has them maxed out. A maxed out one. I'm also surprised. Wait, really? I feel like I'm missing one magic. That's involved with healing. No, actually, I do have everything for her. At least in terms of the healing one. The support item actually sounds nice too, actually. Unfortunately, it's a good buddy. Well, we do have Earth Wall, actually. That's an area one now, too, so that's actually not so bad. Actually, I have to start using that. Although I do need to actually get a better EP. Actually, when I think about it. EP2? Would you can't actually shoot? Did I actually? I had a feat. Oh, actually, there's no way I'm not. Oh, actually, it's not a bad idea. Actually, let's at least get. Oh, I had an EP. Oh, that actually puts me over the top. Actually, that actually maxes out his stuff here. Wonder, actually. What's this actually giving me? So this is Earth. I need the Earth, that's right. I forgot about that. Unfortunately. Actually, wait a minute. 200, 1000. Right, the one thing that actually gives me is, the res. I think that's actually the difference. Yeah, I don't have Thelas. But at least all the magic's actually drastically reduced, honestly, with EP cuts. So that actually kind of makes up for it. That works for me. For now... Actually, one more check, actually, but that's the wrong guild. I'm gonna leave the Fisherman's Guild alone, honestly. Yep, still no requests. For now, why don't we head on over and let's go through that park again. I think we can find him. Garoon Gate. Actually not helping us. Maybe the Steins. Rancel. This was the way. Yep, Arab Scenic Route. I know we're a little short on time, honestly, but since we're actually going back through this area again, kind of makes sense. The Arab Scenic Route. I like the paved road through the forest. Neat stuff. I imagine that Granselites have come here to stretch out and relax for a long time. I wonder just how long it's been here. Well, I guess it should come to no surprise that the Queen's land is so gorgeous. Still, I can't get the help of the feeling we've got monsters looking around. Nicely done. The monsters here seem to be stronger than those we fought on the way here. We're here to look for Zin, but don't let your guard down. Well, now I'm actually glad I kind of actually went through this area first. I don't mind actually doing picking a bit of fights. If I can get a few more fights in, I'll be happy. I'll also be happy once I get my new headset. Sadly, I decided between the choices, I just decided to just get the, just get another of the same model. Except this time, not the wireless model. Which is sad, actually, because the headsets I'm using now are actually very expensive. To an absurd degree, honestly. I mean, granted, they are no longer in production, so it makes sense, honestly. But still, it's kind of disturbing just how expensive those things can actually get. I think what I actually will do is probably start exploring options about getting a different type of setup. Because I think that actually might be a good option for me. And if we do give a lot... Give a lot of Sepith. I have no problem taking advantage of, honestly. if I can get another EP, that would actually be very nice. What's this? That's our blockade. All these big old monsters. And I'm still actually increasing his. Horse. Always calling for help. Speaking of calling for help, my goodness. Eagle Eye is really nice. And talk about pain. Well, I'm actually surprised Dual Strike is still an extremely useful skill throughout all of this. Honestly impressive, actually. I guess this is a good area for him to meditate. Still not a fan of this. Ah. Ooh.
Sorry.
Seriously?
You're finished.
That's evil. That's a problem. That is a major problem. That is a major problem. There we go. I can't believe that.
Let's move out.
I can't believe that happened. Let's see, how much oatmeal do I have? More than enough. Probably buy more, some more of the rice, actually, as well. But I'm confident we'll find him. Air Royal Villa, that's still not accessible. I don't even think you can do... Oh no, I guess you can get a preemptive on the, on these plants. I was wondering, it's like, how do you attack a plant from behind? Oh, that's not good.
Piece of cake.
Petrify is the worst. He's down here. No! You heard that, right? Came from over there. Let's go. Help me, please, someone help me. Yeah? Sister, it'll be alright. Stay back, it's too dangerous. Well, at least she has enough to poison. They're all weak to fire. I'm surprised. Well, I know there is an AoE fire. Still. Let's see. I guess I probably should actually just use the stronger version of it. Well, at least I KO'd one of them.
Piece of cake.
That was pretty tough. You okay, sister? Yes, thank you. Who are you? We were with the Bracer Guild. We heard you scream while we were looking for someone. I see. Are you okay? You don't look okay. Did you get hurt? No, thanks to you I'm fine. I'm Sister Ellen. I perform my duties at the Grand Self Cathedral. Thank you so much for your help. You don't need to thank us. I must ask though, what's a clergywoman doing so far from Grand Self without escort? Did no one accompany you? No, I came alone. Actually, we ran out of medicinal herbs for mixing at the cathedral. The shop was also out of stock, so I came here to pick some. That was seriously risky. There are monsters everywhere. It was not always so. There used to be none to speak of. It seems their numbers have greatly increased in recent days. Ah. That's a lot. What the heck are these things? They must have been attracted by the noise. Dealing with this many might be a problem. Yeah, we need to at least get the sister to safety. Yo, need a hand? Zin? Thank God, yes, you're here. I was wondering who it was, and here it turns out to be you guys. Why don't we save the chit-chat until we've dealt with our guests? Right, roger that. Oh, aren't we all cozy here? Wonder how many I can actually get. I can get 5. That works here. I didn't even ever use his abilities, did I? Oh, I only had disable, that's right. Smite. That's right, all his stuff were basically not of the non-AoE variety. Forgot about that. Well, he is an attacker, so we might as well just start attacking. Or he can just whiff it completely. Perfect. Perfect. Man, he is buffed up. That's a problem. That was really bad luck there. Man, Estelle's not.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Wow, he's up to level 33 now. And oh man, worked up quite a sweat on that one. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to see you guys here. Didn't you have business in Zeiss? Oh, we handled that ages ago. Actually, we transferred from the Zeiss branch to Grancel. Ah, I see. Which would mean that you managed to solve the that kidnapping case. Well done. How's the redhead who got poisoned? Oh, he's fine now. Oh, pardon my rudeness. Whoa. Hey, who's the pretty lady? She with you? She's single? What? I don't know. We only just met her. Your mouths are open, guys. You want me to tell Kilika about this? I'm, just making an objective observation. What does Kilika have to do with this anyway? I truly appreciate you all coming to my assistance. You've saved my life. No, please think nothing of it. Just doing what comes naturally for a chivalrous man. Oh my. Oh, please. He's a total sucker for a pretty face, isn't he? So it appears. You there, what are you doing? What? You're 4 people in an otherwise deserted area, discussing what appears to be a confidential topic. Highly suspicious behavior. I think you're terrorists. Who are you calling a terrorist? No one's acting suspicious here. We're with the Bracer Guild, Grand Cell branch. We came to the aid of the sister who was under attack by some monsters. What? Bracers? This gentleman speaks the truth. I came here to gather herbs when those creatures attacked me. And on a related note, I'm also a bracer. I'll be facing your buddies in the ring later. Calvadarian martial arts. Ah, you're that guy in the martial arts competition that fights solo, right? You've definitely got the muscles of a prize fighter. I'll leave you be, just this once. The Arab Royal Villa is close by. Wanderers and sightseers are not welcome. Also, sister, I think we should escort you back to Grand Cell, now. You've already been in enough trouble as it is, as from what I can see. Oh, but Oh, for the love of... You've been nothing but obnoxious from the moment you started talking... Estelle, shush. We'll take care to avoid the Royal Villa, sirs. You have our apologies for any inconvenience we've caused. Very well. In the future, however, I would advise you to know your place. Mouthing off to the wrong people can be hazardous. Come on, sister, let's go. Alright. Thank you again for your help. What? Who the hell do they think they are? They're Special Ops soldiers, affiliated with the Royal Army's Intelligence Division. Skillful to be sure, but their strongest suit is their sneakiness. Their only suit, if you ask me. Wait a second, how do you know them, Zin? I ran into their team at the martial arts competition. I was introduced to them then. They're actually fighting? What would some spies be doing participating in something as public as a tournament? I guess they didn't feel it necessary to conceal their identities. Well, we should get back to the city before they decide that they'd rather fight. Oh, right. What brings you two here, anyway? Oh, yeah, duh. Actually, we were looking for you. Why's that? We had a favor we need to ask. About that martial arts competition. So that's how it is, eh? Tell me something, though. Why do you want to take part in the tournament? Well, I've kind of been itching to do something like this ever since I caught those preliminary matches. You know, really throw down with some tough opponents. We're traveling all over the kingdom to help prepare us to become full-fledged bracers. This would be the perfect opportunity to test ourselves and see if our training has paid off. Alright, let's do it. We can get you registered tomorrow before the tourney begins, so no worries on that score. Woohoo! Hey, are you sure okay giving us an answer so quickly? Hey, you'll give me a chance to see how skilled you are. You just watch my back. Roger that. Thank you, Zin. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. We appreciate it. It's no bother. I've been planning to enter as a solo competitor. I suppose that having helped could improve my chances of overall victory. Naturally, once I'm in the ring, that championship's in the bag. We're still one person short of the requirement, though. Since we have to face 4-person teams, one more would give us the best possible odds. Oh, right. Hey, I'll bet we can beat them without a 4th. No, if you really want to come out on top, you have to be prepared. Battle is waged well before the first blow is struck. Well, yeah, I guess. I sure wish Cheryl were with us. That'd keep my spirits up. Hey, do you suppose we can ask Elnon to try getting in touch with her and Roland? I think she's kind of busy at the moment. Since Dad's not there and we're not there, that branch is pretty short-handed. Yeah, that's true. Isn't there someone who can partner up with us? And here I was, thinking you might never see your way clear to asking. Enter the pervert, stage left. Tell me you were hiding out upstairs. Are you listening in on a conversation? Indeed, I heard every tragic syllable. Therefore, it seemed appropriate to make appropriate time to make an appearance. Hey, who asked you to sit down? He was the one who was playing the piano before, wasn't he? You know him? Replace it no, and can't get rid of, and that about covers it. And we haven't even known him for that long either. Many call me Oliver Lenheim, the wandering minstrel from Erebonia. It was Estelle and Joshua's pleasure to make my acquaintance on an earlier case, and ever since we seem to keep running into each other. Quit trying to trick him. Zin, don't listen to him. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but there's no harm in introductions, I suppose. Zim Vathek, bracer from Calvard and perpetual traveler of the path of Wushu. I've enjoyed your piano playing. You do me great honor, good sir. I've also heard tales of your prowess in the preliminary matches. Tell me, did you truly defeat a team of 4 entirely on your own? All I can say is that I had the good fortune of them all being rank amateurs. So what does a wandering minstrel, as you say, want with us? Wait, hold it! Olivier, I'd like for you to verify something for me. By any chance, do you have a lot of spare time on your hands? And you say that I haven't changed, good Joshua. You were ever one for the pointed questions. It has been nearly a month since I came to Grancel. I traveled the length and breadth of the city enjoying all the sights, except the castle. Those boorish soldiers would not allow me to pass. To be certain, there are other places I'd like to visit, but I could not bear to leave with the birthday celebration so close. In other words, you're bored. Now, what is this talk of being a man short that I happen to overhear? I have heard that the winner of the competition will be invited to an extravagant dinner party. Surely this can only be divine providence. Yeah, pretty much what we figured you were thinking. I had, in fact, wondered if you might invite me to join you in this tournament. You okay with that? Wait, Zin, it's not that simple. I mean, you don't even know if he's good in any fight. His specialty is orbital firearms, right? I think the team would be pretty well served by a broad range of tactics. What? Oh my, this is a surprise. I presume you could tell from my walk and musculature of my shoulders. That, and the way your eyes move. Martial artists and swordsmen each have distinct ways that they track their surroundings. You track for a specific point on any possible target. It's a characteristic of someone who's familiar with small arms. Whoa, that's awesome. I see, it certainly makes sense. I'll have to be more careful in the future then. And in your eyes, do I muster for participating in the tournament with you? Yeah, I think so. Welcome aboard. Not sure I like this. Thank you for your assistance, Olivier. Well, like it or not, we actually have our gunsmith back. I think I'm gonna burst. I actually believe those guys are actually drinking after a meal like that. They must fill up from the legs. Well, Zin's got up the constitution for it, and Oliver's kind of a glutton. As long as it doesn't interfere with Zin's performance in the tournament tomorrow, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I guess worrying about it won't do any good. I want to go to the hotel on the North Block? Room should be ready by now. Good evening, welcome to the Hotel Rowenbaum. Are you looking to stay for the night? Yes, we're with the Bracer Guild. We were told that a room would be ready for us. Can you please confirm that? Ah, so that was for you two. Yes, we do have a reservation for the both of you. Whew, that's a relief. I'll have to say thanks to Elnon. Estelle and Joshua, correct? I'm sorry to ask, but may I see your identification as bracers? Oh, just a second. Yes, that will be fine. And this is for you. Just take the stairs up and I'll be on your left. If you need anything, please contact the front. Well, at the very least, I'll be able to get a revive from this. You are too. Yep, this is our room. Hey, nice room. Look, you can see the Grand Arena from here. Wow, no kidding. Really didn't skimp on anything here. Guess we can use this as our base of operations, so to speak. That's until the competition's over. Joshua and I have to share this room for a while? What am I thinking? Bad thoughts, bad thoughts! Estelle? Yes? I mean, yes? It just occurred to me that this might be a little weird. But, I mean, we're family, right? Huh? I might not be as dependable as Dad is. I'm not good as a listener as Shara. But still, I'm your brother. I want you to know that I'm there if you need support. Is there ever anything bothering you? I just want you to know that you can always come to me. Oh. I'm getting kind of a weird feeling from you lately. If I've got this all wrong, I'm sorry. You're just so you. As smart as you are, sometimes you can be so clueless. What? Thank you, but you don't need to worry. I know I've been acting kind of strange lately. It's not all that serious or painful. I'm just trying to sort my feelings out. I'll be okay. Just as long as you watch out for me. I see. Okay then, I'll keep my worry in check. In return, you let me know if you've taken care of whatever's bothering you. I won't ask you to tell me anything when you're not ready yet. Okay, once I have everything straight, I'll be glad to tell you what's on my heart, or mind. Huh? Nothing. It's still kind of early, but do you want to turn in? Everything that's been going on has me worn out. Yeah, we do have that match tomorrow. Let's get our stuff put away and let's get some shut-eye. Well, that's day 0. Start of day 1. Good morning, young ones. Good morning, Zin. Thank you for coming to meet us. Hey, it's no problem. I've been up anyway, preparing for the match today. Between checking out the weaponsmith and visiting all the stores, I've had a busy morning. Being prepared means no regrets for you, huh? By the way, where's Olivier? Good morrow, my dear companions. What is that aroma? Battle? Conflict? No. Victory. Oh, what an enchanting perfume this time of day. You just deliberately time your entrances like this? Good morning, all of you. Morning. Looks like we're all here then. Let's say we go ahead and get moving. The tournament doesn't start up again until noon. It's too early, so what are we gonna do to kill time? For starters, I think we should go to the equipment shop and get all our gear in order. Then perhaps do a bit of monster hunting to keep us focused. I see, a little warm-up then. Practice said working as a team might do us some good. After all, we've never even fought at each other's sides before. I'm up for it, let's go! Once we're ready, we can head straight to the Grand Arena. That sounds like a perfect idea to me. Something we'll actually take advantage of tomorrow. But until then, though, I'm gonna go and take a look and see who else is streaming right now. It is us, after all, Saturday night, and there are 2 people I know who are streaming right now. One is, of course, Proton John. He's doing his fortune cookie night, where you can actually pick games from his massive video game collection, and viewers vote on what he plays next. And there is Exposure, and it looks like he's giving Dying Light Bad Blood a shot. But, as always though, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. Tomorrow, we get to fighting. But until then, take care.